Yo, what's going on everyone? My name is Des360 and thanks for tuning in. Today I'm going to talk about something that actually changed my life, playing basketball overseas. Look, I grew up not having many opportunities to play in the States, but I didn't give up and I figured out a way to get through that wall, get through the barrier, and basically live out my dream of becoming a professional basketball player and playing basketball overseas. And I'm gonna share with you guys why it is literally a life-changing experience. Overseas basketball. Living in another country and playing the game you love. This is a huge milestone for any ambitious basketball player. But where do you start and how do you get your first contract? My name is Des360 and this is how to play basketball overseas. I'm going to share with you exactly what I did to go from college bench warmer to overseas pro basketball player. Watch my full course now, only at Des360.com. So you want to play basketball at the next level. You know, you want to play overseas. You don't really know how you're going to get there, but you know that you're grinding, you're ready for your opportunity, and you're going to figure it out some way, right? Well, look, the thing is, so many people want to play basketball overseas. So many people want to play basketball at the next level. How are you going to be able to make your dream come true? How are you going to be able to separate yourself from the pack? And these are all the things that were going through my head. Like, is it even a possibility? Or am I just lying to myself? So look, the thing is, there was a lot of doubt. There was a lot of questions. There was a lot of humiliation, embarrassment, just like more days of my grind were kind of down and ambiguous, mysterious. I didn't know what was going to happen, but check it out. The reason why I'm emphasizing all this is once I got my opportunities to play basketball at the next level overseas in the Philippines and then to play professional in Mexico, my whole life changed. Not because of the money, because of accomplishing my goal, because of what that did for me on a mindset. Like, it just reaffirmed everything. So imagine, okay, so guys, I have so much to share with you and you can check out my other videos. And I'm kind of just jumping right into it on this video. But hey, look, I grew up wanting to play basketball overseas. I started playing basketball late, 14 years old, and basically everything was against me. But I still managed to make it happen, right? And when that happened, like when all the people that said he sucks or he's not going to play at the next level or why is he wasting his time? Why is he wasting, even his money because I'm invested, right, in the sport. But when I got that contract, when I was in the Philippines, when I was in Mexico, when I got that first check, it's like, dude, literally you really can do whatever you put your mind to, but you have to create the steps and the pathway to get there. It's not just like, I'm gonna make it happen no matter what. It is, but you don't want to be delusional because how many people love playing basketball? How many people are very talented at basketball? I knew people that were more talented at basketball than I was, and they didn't get to play overseas. I remember sitting on the bench in college. I remember sitting on the bench in prep school. And a lot of these more talented players that were getting Division I looks, fast forward 4 or 5 years later, they're reaching out to me saying, hey, how can I play overseas? So I created a formula and I do talk about it more in my program, but I just wanted to get the conversation going and share some tips with you guys because, yeah, it's bigger than just getting paid. It's bigger than just playing at the next level. It's your mind is being trained to accomplish whatever you want to accomplish, and that's the biggest thing for me, at least. I currently don't play pro. I'll still get on the court and bust you up though. I'm currently back in the US, but I have that story to tell. Even almost a decade later of completing my dreams, people reach out to me. That's how powerful it is. And you could do the same thing. People could be reaching out to you and you could be helping the next generation. Now, what does it take to really get there? Well, you have to be relentless in your work ethic. This is what I'm gonna share because this worked for me, guys. You know what I mean? My work ethic had to be another level. Like, I was known as that guy that's just like always working out. Not even if I didn't perform that well, it was like that was a staple. The work ethic has to be there. I have to be super conditioned, you know, because it's gonna go into the next thing I want to talk about. You never know when the opportunity is coming. So if you're not ready, like if I'm eating bad and this and that, or if I think I'm a hooper and I'm like, and I'm a good shooter, but I haven't been working on my conditioning. I'm not running 17s. I'm not running, suicides on the court. I'm not running 5 miles 3 times a week. And then I get an opportunity. Like, what if you get an opportunity and you're not conditioned? Like, you're okay and you play well for the first 10 minutes and then you get tired, you're gassed. That's a wrap, dude. That's a wrap. So the main tip I'm gonna say is, number one, you always have to be ready. And that's takes a lot of responsibility as an athlete, right? It's in our lifestyle. You have to make it your lifestyle to always be in the tip-top shape, because I'm 5'11", so I'm a point guard, and I can play off the ball, but I had to be ready, and I didn't know when the opportunity was gonna come. And the opportunities don't come often. So when they come, you have to be ready. So that's the number one thing I'm gonna say is, if you wanna change your life, make sure you're ready to change your life. Make sure you're conditioned. Make sure you're putting in your work. It's great to, you gotta do it all, honestly. You gotta do it all. I was training 8 hours a day. So like I said, I talk about it more in my program in depth, where I say exactly everything that I did to get opportunities in the Philippines. And then that led to opportunities in Mexico. And that led to, shoot, I'm still getting hit up now when I drop YouTube videos and they say, oh, I see you still got it. So guys, it's one thing, you have to be committed, on the court, off the court, and there's a lot of legwork you have to put in, a lot of networking involved as well. But it's gonna change your life, because once you get in the door, then other doors start opening. And that's really what I'm trying to emphasize here. For me, it was like I was on the bench in high school. Actually, no, I started in high school, senior year though. It took all the way to senior year for me to get to varsity and then be the captain. And then in prep school, I was on the bench. And then in college, I was on the bench. So it was like, man, I'm on the bench, but I never stopped working towards the goal. And I continue to network, and I continue to believe in the vision. So it's a fine balance. You could think you're networking, you could think you're grinding, you could think you're ready for it. Don't lie to yourself. You know what I'm saying? So I had countless videos, I had film. There's a lot of things you have to have ready if you want to play at the next level. But it is life-changing once you get there, once you accomplish your goal, and you can literally apply that same method in everything else. I use it now in business. You know what I mean? I set goals, I accomplish those goals. It's a mindset. So remember, it's bigger than basketball. But I really think that if basketball, and if I wasn't able to achieve my dream playing overseas ball, then all the other parts would have been incomplete. So that's it. Hopefully one of you guys enjoys this, one of you guys takes it to heart, and one of you guys continues to apply yourself. Check out my other videos. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. And former overseas pro sharing knowledge, Des360, aka Filipino Kyrie. Check out my program. I'll talk to you guys later. Change your life. It starts here. Make sure you follow it with all the other work, and let's go.